Hello, my name is Korth, and this is a tutorial on how to skip the fight over here in the burning shipyard. I would like to make this tutorial now because I have a bit more knowledge than I did back when I made the tutorial about the entire any percent restricted run with Dracos, and I thought this little tidbit of knowledge should be compiled into a more suitable package for its size. There are two different setups for this skip. One is with a pause boost, one is using the Dread Knights that you can spawn over here. And before I show you any of these setups, we'll need a bit of knowledge about this skip. First things first, activating no clip here. There are the walls that we're skipping are either this one over here that extends like through this railing, or the one that extends from this railing into there. That box, as long as you stay in that box, the fight won't spawn. You can go over here, you'll be fine, but the moment you step into here or into here, that's where they spawn. Another little thing, whenever you're doing any of the setups, make sure to station yourself around this area. Not too far in, not too far in, and not too far to the left. Why is that? Because this platform here is slanted. You'll get less height if you do the setups from here than if you do it from a bit over here. This doesn't matter much to the meat hook version, but the meat hook version still wants you to be a little bit closer to here, because you have a much higher risk of accidentally stepping into this wall as you try to set up the hook than if you do when you're here and you have much more room. If you're over here a bit when you're doing a skip, you might bonk your head on this little thing. And if you do, you'll not get the height you need to get the skip. What's the height you need to get the skip? Well, you can tell by these little lights here. These little... I'm not entirely sure if this is the exact height or a little bit above, but this is a very, very good approximation as to the height you need in order to clear this wall. Moving on to the Dread Knight setup. First, take out that barrel. All the other barrels will explode, and the Dread Knight here that we're going to use will be spending less time being stuck with the faltering animation. Stand in this corner after you aggro him. He comes in. You ice bomb, meet up, and dash above. See how I was way above eye level from these? That's when you know you've done it correctly. A good indicator to tell that you've done it incorrectly, as early as you can, is this little cybermech here. This guy is the first thing to spawn in the arena, and his spawn animation is extremely clear. So once you see that guy, you can either reload checkpoint, or in my case, reset. Moving on to the pause boost version. Stand over here. The height here is much more important to the pause boost version. The inputs we're going to do here are, if the game doesn't decide to do that, the inputs we're going to do here is jump, shoot, and then tab to enter the dossier. After that, we go into the ballista. Jump, shoot tab, dossier, arsenal, switch mods, take your entire hand off of WASD, place 2 fingers you're comfortable with on escape and tab, assuming that's your keybind for the dossier, and then press it as quickly as you can, like that. It's almost instantaneous. Arsenal, ballista, and then do it again. Let's show that at full speed. like so. The height here is much more important because if they do it from over here, see how that was a bit tighter? If you don't do the pause boost correctly, instead of being over here, you'll be slightly over here, which is just on the edge. So to make it easier for yourselves, while it is possible to do it from here, you should definitely do it from here. Because the height, well, the height you get for the pause boost is just enough to clear the wall. You want to get all the extra boost you can. If you're struggling with it, like if you mistime any inputs and go like that, then it is perfectly fine to use 3 boosts instead of 2. This will get you much more height, more than enough to accidentally clip into the ceiling. And the ballista routing in the category that actually uses this is light enough and lenient enough to allow this to happen without the minimal, almost non-existent implications. You'll be perfectly fine if you do 3 instead of 2. The only drawback is that it's a little bit more time lost than the 2 ballista boost version because you're spending more time in the menu than you are moving forward. And that's basically all you need to know about this skip. If you're struggling with it, especially the meat hook version, try to make sure that you're getting the height first and then the distance second. Because if you're trying to go the distance first, you might go in a diagonal path through the wall instead of above and around it. So even if you get the height you need, you might still touch the wall on the way there. Make sure you're aware of that when you're practicing. And thank you for watching.